Okay, Biden's doing a little press conference today. Fox, anyway. If it's anywhere else, nope. Okay. Anyway, I was watching Family Feud. Right? Then it turned into a Biden speech. Right? Okay. Okay. Pete, what'd you do, Pete, to make Ariana break up with you, though, brother? I know. Was it something stupid? Was it something stupid? How stupid? You didn't mess with her birth control pills, did you? I bet you didn't. And she didn't, she wasn't with someone she didn't want to get pregnant by now, was she? Uh-oh, you don't do that either. Sorry if you did, Ariana. I don't know. I don't know. But it's the whole point about being an adult and not married yet, but maybe engaged, right? But see, that's the point. You don't do that to your fiance, whatever the situation is, right? Even if you're having sex with her, you don't do that. Well, it sounds like it had something to do with her birth control pills and the joke you made about it, right? Right. Uh huh. Uh huh. Because, quite frankly, if you're on birth control pills, you don't want to get pregnant yet, right? Mhm. And, there were rumors that she was pregnant anyway. Right? At least in the video. At least in the video. So what's really going on though? Right? We don't know. You can hide all that information too, right, Ariana? You don't have to know shit about your life. But anyway, I don't know. So here's the thing: was she with someone else, though, Pete, or with you? Or was she not with you yet? But heard a story and was with someone else. Question. No pressure. No pressure. But anyway, so like I said, I laid down a couple times a day. I lay down from like a little after lunch, right? Anywhere between 12 to 3, right? Exactly, right. Now, I don't even know what this person is talking about because they won't make themselves clear, right? See, they're trying to kind of sabotage me, but aren't telling me who they really are, and I'm having to guess, right? Is it Mary Bell? Is it Daphne? Is it Gina? Is it this person, that person, that person? I know. And they seem to have the wrong idea about me, even though I got a mental illness, right? That's another problem, right? I seem to also be making more sense to them, which has to do before the voices. And I'm also trying to rehabilitate from the voices, but I'm still hearing them technically. So I'm still mentally ill dealing with that, right? Whether I stop hearing them or not, I'm not a threat to anyone, though, either. And I'm 51 years old. I'd be getting in way more trouble if I'm how you're picturing me, honey. But that could be the shipmates influencing you. I don't know. I don't know. So again, right, a prophet. Mm-hmm. Can there be one now? Right? Or do we need one now? Even at least one. But there are also false prophets. How can you tell the true from the false? Well, the true comes from the Bible completely, right? They show you things they didn't show you in Sunday school class. If they're doing that, they're good. Now, like I keep telling you about the Gnostic Gospels and the Old Testament, it fits together with that too, right? In fact, the man without the woman, and the woman without the man in the Lord says that, right? And also, the male and female are one in Christ Jesus says that. The Jew, the Gentile, the bond, the free as well. And he has made both one, right? All the way up to it, the male and the female, the male and the female. Heaven and earth, in other words, right? By being terrestrial. God in the flesh, right? But guess what? We all are. No. That's where you're having a problem with, right? And what does that mean? You can't really deal with it, right? That we're all God in the flesh, right? Nor can Satan and the angels who followed him and did the evil they did, right? But the thing is, it is evil what they did. They did the opposite of good and taught you good and evil here, right? But the one thing they didn't teach you is forgiveness, right? See, if you are doing good, it's wrong to condemn someone who doesn't even know the sin they're committing, right? Like I said, right? That's why I tell you I card anyone showing up at the house, even if they drive here. You understand? Now, if again, right, hypothetically, someone comes from their house and takes a cab, right. I'm not saying it's happening or not, but even then, unless I know the girl, and I know her age is over 16, I don't have to worry about nothing. Though I told her mom I'll wait till she's 18 anyway. I'm not after her. No. But she has to get to me crazily, right? Normally, a 16-year-old wouldn't even think to take a cab to go to a 51-year-old's house unless she likes me for a different reason, right? And then right now, she's just probably experimenting with me, not sure what's going on. And right. Don't mean it's not serious, but you can't apply different ages of consent in different states either. If you come from a state, even if your age of consent is 18, but you come to Georgia, the Georgia state age of consent applies, not your state. You understand? You're in Georgia now. If you live here, any part of Georgia, even in a motel room, even if I'm a Georgia resident and you come into my house as a guest, Georgia law applies. Do you understand? You can't do that either. You can't give a girl a fake ID. You can't put a girl in a job where she has to be age appropriate to work that job, right? It don't matter what you think. It matters what the law actually says. And that's why people make mistakes. They're not paying attention to the rules. They don't have to. You're taught not to by Satan. That's why he's the enemy. He not only is trying to trick you, but even those trying to follow the rules. Which is usually called entrapment. No. And it's Satan confusing us all, honey. I'm not mad with you for being confused. I'm mad that you won't let it go. And forgive it. And get over it. And move on. Whatever happened between us, we can't change. If I got Mary Brown pregnant or not. If I got Daphne pregnant or not. Right. Even if the DNA test was fake. With Daphne. Right. Who I know had a child with me. Right. Right. But again, I don't know nothing more. I only remember being with adult women. And theorizing if the girl came in there or not is not a crime. No, it's not. I'm not sure she did. But the only reason I wouldn't know is this the mom caught us after and let us do it anyway, you understand? And who is that still on? The mom. I'm in the living room, idiot. That's on the mom. Because the boyfriend or the roommate is probably the one who really molested her, but she's not believing the girl, plus she needs the roommate for the money he's bringing into the apartment, right? Or the boyfriend, too, right? You gotta watch some of the TG Jakes videos. I know what I'm talking about. And again, men are doing this to little girls. So no. More than you think. More than you think. The problem is, it's hard to forgive that particular crime, right? But see, I would only make it feel good to her. He made her feel dirty and awkward, right? That's the difference, too. You can tell when someone's trying to make you feel good about sex and doesn't see it as dirty or make you ashamed of it. I wonder who would do that. I mean, Satan. Satan. Satan! Coordinating Harvey, right? Church lady and all that. And I'm just trying to teach us all. I know. We're all dealing with the same problems. What can we do? What can't we do? Well, you can do anything, right? But even if you're gay, you still gotta play by the same dating rules as the heterosexuals. I know. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. What is right? I know. Well, even if you're gay, if someone you don't want to have sex with has sex with you, that's still rape, even if it's another male. Even if you are gay, if you didn't want sex with that particular man, you can say no. You can say no. And then it's right. I know. But you do gotta say one word, Sheena. No. Before the contact. Not a month later, or 2 weeks later, when I'm talking about if I got you pregnant, I would still legally marry you, right? And you can't be naive enough to not know that some people in the church are having sex before they get married. Some people aren't, right? Some people are really late for marriage. The question is, are you listening to me or are you assuming as well that I know what you're thinking and I'm doing the same thing to you? I'm assuming you are on the same page with me. I admit that, right? But that's how you get over it. One way or the other, you gotta get over it. Whatever we did, for good or evil, for right or wrong, either forgive it or condemn it too, right? That's all you can do. But if you condemn it, you're holding a grudge against a natural sex act, right? Which again is the problem Jesus is trying to bring out too, right? Especially with the woman caught in the act of adultery. What does he do though? Forgive her. Forgiveness is better than condemnation. Get that. I can't make you forgive me. No. No one can. No one can. But condemning something that happened back in 93 under a tree where we had a cover, and our cover is still Jesus. Do you understand? He covered both of us in that act. Not just me, not just you, but your church made you feel guilty. The prophetess who told you to beware of me made you feel guilty. Not me. I forgave you because we didn't technically do nothing that I hadn't already done before. The one who seemed to have a problem with it was you. I know. After, 2.5 weeks, whatever it was, when I mentioned it more directly about you getting pregnant after the sex that we had. You got to know what you're doing. Not knowing what you're doing is not an excuse to call it rape either. Rape is where you're having a sex act and you say no to the sex act, and I hear you say no and I do it anyway. Oh, no. That's the problem there too, Sheena. And I no more treat you than you treat me and not telling me what you really wanted, right? See, that's a continuation from what we did the day before. And we met after a certain time, right? We were both at the beach. I met your redhead friend first. I don't even know her name. Alright. I don't remember her too much. But just that we did a paddleboat ride and went back to shore, and then me and you started making out until we went back to the ship, and then I tried to go down on you the night before. Mm-hmm. But you got a little nervous, so we planned the date after work. Right? It's a date. Even if you just wanted me to do the oral sex, that's called telling me that. Not assuming we can't do more either. Because you're not telling me, Shane, I'm waiting for marriage, right? I would understand that. But I'm only 23. You're 19. That's 4 years difference. Later. That's legal. That was legal. And I was never with anyone illegally under the age of 16 in Georgia. All I can say, too. Right. If I was, she was doing something she wasn't supposed to do. She can't do that either. It's the whole point to the law is to protect both parties in a breaking of the law. Well, who's really breaking the law? The girl for telling me she's 37, supposed to be 16 in that shop, right? No, I didn't. I didn't say I wanted to have sex with her. What I said was I was not sexually responding to her, even if the women thought I was. And I asked her if she wanted to go to the bathroom to see what that really would mean. If she did, she chose to. And if I lost an hour of time, you also blacked me out that I don't know exactly what happened, but I still know I lost the time. I still remember most of the job itself. And I no more did it to trick her than I would a 37-year-old either. It's the point. I know. And see, I don't know if she'd been working there long, anything about her history there. Though I was asking her normal questions. How long have you been working here? How old are you? Where are you from? Now, if she starts lying about that, I can't do nothing about that either. Right? It's not my responsibility to make her tell me the truth. It's hers. Or she's going to get everybody in trouble. Mm-hmm. Well, she ain't either then. Right? She's the employee working for someone. And if she takes me into the bathroom, she's consenting after that. Mm-hmm. Right. It's what it means legally, right? I'm not enticing her. They're messing with her about the nail job, right? Itself. I'm trying to make sure she understands I'm not sexually responding to her during the nail job, right? I'm being calm, right? I'm not being erect. She's not turning me on or anything, right? So if we go into the bathroom, I'm going to show her the difference between me being turned on if she lets me, right? I'm going to ask her again, are you sure you want to see what this is like? Because it's going to be different, right? And then I'm going to show her what I do to turn on my girlfriend. If she were my girlfriend. And then I'm treating her like a what? Girlfriend. Girlfriend in the bathroom with me, making out to a certain point, or we went all the way, too, right? What's the difference? Well, all the way means we had sex, right? Making out just means I blew in her ear a little bit, kissed her a little bit, went maybe to her boobs, or maybe did her, licked her vagina a little bit. I don't know. I'm guessing that's that. See, the blackout's what I'm talking about. That, right? And communication on both sides, right? See, I'm communicating to her, and she's supposed to communicate back to me what's really going on. I know that. And again, whoever you are, you're interfering in my dating life and trying to make it look like I was with an underage girl after she told me she was 37. Shit. That's on you. That's on you. Once I asked her age, if she said 37 and you're her employee or employer, or both, there were people around us too, right? If anyone knew she wasn't 37, They should have spoke up before I took her to the bathroom, right? It's like I said, it's right by the chair. That's right. Right? It's also the only place we can go for privacy. She would also have to go in there with me willingly, right? And whatever we did with there ain't their business either once we're in there. It's privacy. We locked the door. And I let her out when we were done. Whatever we did ain't their business. If I kissed her and only kissed her, you don't know. If I blew in her ear and only blew in her ear, you don't know. If we went all the way, you don't know. It ain't your business. I just cared for her that you were messing with her, and I didn't want her to be embarrassed about doing my nails, right? Because maybe I was. Maybe they were big and funky. See? Right. And I felt embarrassed at the size of my nails or something. Maybe they were normal. I had been doing it for the last 3 months, right? Starting in Statesboro, then in Lincoln, and then in Garden City. But I'm flirting. I know you're flirting. You can flirt with a nail technician. It's not a crime to flirt with her. No, it's not. But she said yes. And I also lost an hour of time. I also, whatever they did to black me out, recovered from it. Only they would know that. Also, remember giving me a bottle of water, right? Something to drink, right? And it don't mean I'm doing the same with her as I am with other women for a different service, like a massage, right? The massage is the main point. If more happens, then again, I don't remember what they're blacking me out there too. That's what I mean to do. But then I'm healing. Like the Wolverine, maybe, as well. Because in my mind, we're doing a different thing, right? I'm talking to them as a different type of customer, right? I'm treating them more like a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, too. Which can include free sex before you're married. That's what the age of consent is about. You can have premarital sex with your girlfriend as long as she's 16 and older in Georgia. That's what I mean. And there's no gap. As long as you're 16 and older, you can have consensual sex with your sex partner. No matter their age, too. You can't say, well, if it's 3 years older, right? She can't be with him until she's 18, right? That's confusing the law. The law has to be clear and concise about what the age of consent is so that there's no confusion in the parties involved, right? Now, like I said, do I try to sleep with 16-year-olds or 14-year-olds? No. I know better than that, too. But see, say on the spot, the girl comes on to me and says I'm 16. Well, I don't know, she's not. But like I said, right? I'm not saying it happened either. I'm not saying anything happened. I'm making up a story. Hypothetical. I keep telling you it's hypothetical. It may not be real. So you can't make it real if it's not real either. We're talking about premarital versus marital sex too. What does the Bible actually say about it? Not men from the pulpit teaching their own message. Well, Moses said this: if a man entice a maid and lay with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife, right? Meaning, if you have premarital sex with a female, you go and ask her father's hand in marriage. That's all you had to do, right? Damn. And if you refused, you paid her dowry. Because back then, women were more property than women, right? Who have freedoms, right? But again, now we have liberties, ladies. Do you want them to take away your liberty? No, right. You shouldn't. You shouldn't either. Because they will, you know. And it's the men who want to take it away from you, not other women, and not, again, you yourself. And that's the point, too. Guilt trip. I'm not trying to guilt trip Sheena. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I don't know what she's reacting to. I know she's not being clear. She's being emotional. And there ain't nothing I can do about it. There ain't nothing you can do about it. She's not talking to me like I know what she's talking about coherently. There again, I'm just sitting there in Bible studies. I don't know what's going on with her. Right. And neither one is addressing what's going on with the other person either. I'm having problems with my shipmates all the time. They're trying to entrap me and get me in trouble at work. And asking me if I'm gay 3 times, which I say no to. Now, like I said, how many times, if you are asked that many times, can you say no? Every time. And I did. I said no. If that's not enough for you, you don't want to hear the truth. And then you're trying to, what? Pick him up, pick me up. Like in Highlander. Why, you cruising for a piece of ass? I done told you no 3 times, being Campbell. Carlos King. You too. Mm-hmm. Now, like I said, Lieutenant Davis didn't have to worry about that. Fraternization. I don't do it. I don't do it. Hello. Ask him. He'll lie. He'll lie. Because that's what Pastor Davis is doing about it too. He's lying about it. So is Pastor Nick Brand. So is anyone who did it with him. That's a sin, by the way. You're making it a sin too by lying about it. By lying about it. Like Adam and Eve didn't need. You're ashamed of it. You understand? You're not telling people we're really doing that. You're lying to them. That's what hypocrisy is. Too. No. You're lying about it while you're doing it, and you know you're not supposed to do it in your own minds even, and you're still doing it. Right? That's hypocrisy too. Right. Now, you're not being open about it and say, yeah, we're doing this. All right. Mind your own business. Right. Either. So you're not telling people you're doing it at all when you're really doing it, and then you're lying about it. Right. Like I said, someone tried to take a shower with me, which I politely declined. And then I think I was having a wet dream, and Dan tried to wake me up, but I was asleep. Didn't say nothing. I'm still not saying that. I'm still not mad with Dan. I forgive him his confusion because of the church pastor. It's not Dan's fault. I don't blame you, Dan. You were just doing what they were telling me we could do. But I wasn't thinking of you. Probably thinking of one of the ladies. Let's be honest. But it does say something about spilling your seed on your skin or garment without a woman. What do you think Moses in 3,500 years ago is talking about there? I keep asking you, what do you think he's talking about there? The other one is with the woman. Damn. Right? One is without, one is with. He says you can do both and you're unclean till evening. Right. But who's teaching you it's wrong too? The church. The church. The same church that's not reading the Bible. But teach you for doctrine the commandment of men. And when they do that, they confuse you. They confuse us all. And I'm just trying to make us lighthearted and laugh at it and get over it. Okay, they lied to us, get over it. Can't change it. Get over it. You can do this and this. Get over it. But not that. Get over it. Okay. Now, what I am saying, though, is like with certain laws, even homosexual marriage, crazy Christians, can be allowed by grace through truth, through faith, not of works, least any man should boast. In this case, the gay couple is acting honorable and wanting to marry one partner, right? And marriage is honorable to all. Basically, that's probably what it means, right? The Bible never said gay people can't marry. It's just talking about a man lying with a man as he lies with a woman, right? I don't know exactly what that means, but it sounds premarital anyway, right? I don't know. Now, another thing is if he also said a wife using the T at the end of Isha, which is a shot, like bat, right? Bat mitzvah for a female, and bar mitzvah, which is from the Greek, by the way, not ben mitzvah, huh? No. And benim and benoth, right? Benah is okay too. Moses ain't here no more. He passed on. He's in the spirit world. He's with God and Jesus, either in paradise or hell. We don't know, right? Even with Moses, right? He could still be in torment, and we don't know. He could still be in heaven, and we don't know. We're guessing. We can all go to heaven when we die. You know, like in the Green Mile, you paid your due, right? You whatever happened, happened, right? Even if you weren't caught for your sins, God knows, right? You did your time. You did your time. So you're forgiven. Back before the throne of God. Back before the throne of God. Take it from someone who's seen the throne of God. Is there? Is there? And, I forgive you. I know we're confused. We're both confused. We're all confused. But confusion only breeds more confusion unless you listen to me. If you ain't going to listen, don't matter what I say, you're just going to make more mistakes with me. Right? And going schizophrenic at 23 ain't the same as being schizophrenic your whole life until 23 either. Right.